fucking can. But all right, Bash in Berlin match card. Now I gotta remind y'all, SummerSlam 2024. What? I got one match incorrect. And that's because I was being greedy. Because everything pointed to me going like, well, you know what I mean? So that you know how it was going to actually play out. Don't get greedy. But I got greedy. All right, I got greedy. And I think I said Damian Priest is going to win his heavyweight championship match. I got a little greedy. I ain't going to hold you. I thought it was going to be like a turn. Because I think that's what let me see. Because I got everybody else right. I got LA Knight right. I got Liv Morgan right. I predicted Nia Jax. I think I got everything right. But fucking Damian Priest versus Gunther. I don't know why the fuck I said Damian Priest was gonna win that. But now we back Bash in Berlin. So Bash in Berlin, y'all don't know, it's Saturday, August 31st, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, because they're in Berlin, Germany. So motherfuckers who watch it and they're like, man, I went to go watch Bash in Berlin at 8 o'clock and that shit was off. Like, what the fuck? It's because it's at 1 o'clock. Just I gotta remind y'all, I will be at work, so I had to watch that shitty ass Peacock fucking restream shit. But the very first match, we got it right here. I doubt it's gonna open the show. It's gonna probably close the show. But we got Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna keep it very simple. I'm gonna keep it as simple as I physically can. Cody Rhodes is winning this match. Cody Rhodes is winning this match. There's no question. They may have a 2-match bout like Cody Rhodes had with AJ Styles earlier on in the year, but I think Cody Rhodes is winning. I don't see Kevin Owens even coming remotely close to winning. Like maybe like in an alternate universe, like if Cody Rhodes like road to WrestleMania at this point wasn't to go and face either The Rock or Roman Reigns. In an alternate universe, I'd probably sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, hand bro the ball and have him go and have him rock out. But in this setting, okay, there we go. But in a setting like this, Cody Rhodes is gonna win. I think we're gonna start to see some of prize fighter Kevin Owens pop in though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're going to end up seeing we might see a pop-up powerbomb. We might see a powerbomb on the ring apron. We might see prize fighter KO. Now, if we see prize fighter KO, that's the storyline here. Is Triple H and the creative team going to give us prize fighter Kevin Owens? If they give us prize fighter Kevin Owens and he turns heel like AJ Styles turned heel, it's going to be a great match too. They can go to Bad Blood maybe, even though they don't really have Bad Blood. I don't see why they would have a match at Bad Blood. But I mean, that's the most logical option for a prize fighter KO match. I think they could put a stipulation on it, and it's going. Kevin Owens has been a workhorse this year and from last year. I mean, he's from main eventing. I mean, honestly, from being in the Bloodline feuds to main eventing Raws to fucking his team with Randy Orton to everything, honestly, to feuding with Logan Paul. I think he had a feud with him, if my memory serves me correctly. So I mean, honestly, man, like Kevin Owens, he deserves to be the prize fighter, and he deserves to maybe not win this match, but get back to main event level and like challenge for the U.S. title. But like, do I even see him beating I'm honestly at this state of WWE, do I see him beating LA Knight? No. You know what I mean? Do I see him beating Braun Breaker? No. So I don't know where he goes, holistically speaking, but I would love to see Kevin Owens have a good showing. But all that being said, Cody Rhodes is winning this match, and I don't think it's close. I really don't. Next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship with Gunther versus Randy Orton. This is actually a rematch to their King of the Ring match that they had a couple months prior to this, where, technically speaking, Randy Orton never lost. You know what I mean? Because Randy Orton's shoulders was up. So like when they got the 3 count, Randy Orton's shoulders were up. So wholeheartedly, if I'm being honest with you, they got a good storyline here. They really do. They can say, oh, Randy Orton, he never lost. You know, Gunther never beat him. So this is a great match to establish Gunther as like, no, like, I didn't beat him at King of the Ring, but I beat that nigga at King of the Ring. You know what I mean? Like, so Gunther's winning. All right, Gunther has he's yet to defend his title. So I mean, like, Gunther's winning. There's none of that. I know everyone's talking about Randy Orton. You know what I mean? You know, getting his last 2 world title opportunities. getting them, winning them, and then tying. I get all of that. I really do. But it's not going to happen. It's not happening today. Now, don't get it twisted. He's going to get them. But it won't be, I promise you, I put money on it, bet the house on it. It won't be Saturday. Gunther's winning. They're going to put on a banger. They're going to put on a banger. Because there's one thing Gunther can do is put on a banger. And there's one thing Randy Orton has been able to do for his entire career is put on a banger. You know what I mean? But like I said, Gunther's title shot literally just happened. You know what I mean? Like it literally, like, it hadn't even gotten off the ground yet. This is a great opponent to get it off the ground. Because now he can go back to Monday Night Raw and start talking that shit. Like, he beat the Legend Killer. He killed a legend himself. Not once, but twice. He killed the Legend to get the title opportunity. And then he killed the Legend again in a rematch. So yeah, Gunther got this one. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said, it's gonna be a banger because Gunther consistently puts on bangers. But Gunther's taking this. It's not Randy Orton. Like, you gonna get your world title opportunities and you can get your world title wins and you can get that shit under your resume. But it won't. I promise. I tell you one thing. It won't be to a Gunther. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the only way like Randy Orton gets those last 2 title opportunities and those last 2 title wins is if the WWE puts it on like a fucking, like someone who's already a legend, or maybe like John Cena wins it, or like Randy wins it, then he wins it, and then John Cena wins it off Randy. Because here's the thing. Randy Orton and John Cena, they're in the last parts of their career. This is their career. Like these are the defining moments. This last year for John Cena, and maybe this last year for Randy Orton, if not last year and a half or last 2 years, this is their defining moments. Can they get those last world title match wins under their belt? Both of them are going for the same thing. And I'll tell you, Randy's not getting his against Gunther. Gunther's walking away with this. He's gonna win, and unfortunately, he's gonna hold it fucking forever. He's gonna hold this title hostage like he did the IC title. It's unfortunate. Because after a while I got sick of it. He put on great matches every time. But I did get sick of seeing it. I'm not gonna hold you. And then we got the Terror Twins versus Liv and Dom in a mixed gender tag match. And I'm gonna say it here. I honestly think we're gonna get some male on female physical caliber attacks and moves in this match. I really do. Like I really do believe it. I really do. However, it's tough. Then this is a tough match to predict. No, walk with me here. Let me walk y'all down a scene, right? Walk with me here for a second. On one side of things, the Terror Twins both just lost to this version of the Judgment Day, essentially. You know what I mean? Rhea lost her title to Liv Morgan because of Dominic Mysterio. Damian Priest lost his title to Gunther because of Finn Balor. Now, even though Finn Balor's not in this match, it wouldn't make much sense to have Finn versus Liv. I mean, you could say Finn versus Liv because like they really started it like 3 years back, but like even then it's like it wouldn't make any sense. So Dom is just in it because he's in it for Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And I mean, he got a little something with Damian Priest, but it's nothing crazy. The most they can say is that, Dom is just sick of being he was sick of being bullied and bossed around by Damian Priest. You know what I mean? But I think Dominic Mysterio is taking a riptide. I think Dom is taking a riptide, man. Like, I think Dom, for one, I think Dom is going to take a riptide this match. And no matter the circumstance, whether he loses or wins with Liv Morgan, I think after Saturday, Dom's career is going to shoot into the fucking stratosphere. Like, they are going to put a rocket on this man's back. He's already thrown his name into the IC title tournament. He ain't gonna win it. He's not gonna win this shit. I mean, you know what I mean? He's not gonna win the tournament, and he's damn sure not gonna win the title. Not yet. I think Jey Uso's gonna win the tournament. I'm being honest, Jey Uso's win the tournament. But I will say this, and I will say this right now. Come back to this in a year, in 360 something. Come back to this. Dominic Mysterio will have a main roster title that's not a tag team belt around his waist. I don't even, they could, and if they do it, it'd be crazy. They could give this nigga the World Heavyweight title. If you want a heat magnet night after night, you give Dom that World Heavyweight title, and it's gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But walk with me here for a second. Terror Twins, they lost at SummerSlam. They gotta get their get back. So it makes sense for them to win. On that same side of the spectrum, Liv and Dom's version of Judgment Day is just not doing it for me. Like, I know they only really swapped out Rhea for Liv, and just kind of swapped out Damian Priest for fucking nobody. Because I mean, like, JD McDonough is still there, Carlito is still there, Dom is still there, Liv is still there. You know, they still have the female counterpart. But they have to get a win because outside of them like getting the upper hand on at SummerSlam, they've been getting their asses kicked consistently on Monday Night Raw. Poor JD McDonough has been taking clotheslines and South of Heavens and everything from everybody from the Terror Twins. So I mean, there's two ways to look at this, and it really depends on where WWE wants to go. Because if the idea is to have Rhea Ripley get another match against Liv Morgan, winning this would make the most sense because then she can say, I beat you at Bash in Berlin, I won a title shot opportunity. That makes sense. But what the fuck does it do for Damian Priest? Damn, I beat Dominic Mysterio. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, he's not embroiled so deep into this to where I'm like, yeah, you know, they're gonna have Damian Priest win this match with Rhea Ripley. But where the fuck is it gonna take him? I mean, he could get his rematch with Gunther. They put on a banger. I'd watch it. I really would. But it's like, other than that, like, what, you gonna give him a rematch and have Finn Balor get involved again? But I think regardless of the fact, we will get the rest of the Judgment Day. Like, regardless of the fact, Finn Balor is coming out, Carlito is coming out, JD McDonough is coming out. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of the fact, that if you don't think it's gonna happen, get it out your brain. I mean, there's a chance we see Jey Uso. There really is a chance we see Jey Uso. I mean, there is. For a couple of reasons, actually. I mean, they're both in the IC tournament, him and Dom. So it's like, you know, that could be something there. But, you know, Rhea Ripley and Jey Uso. You know what I mean? But no, yeah, I think this is a tough one to predict. It really is. I don't know. I gotta get in the mind of Triple H here. You know what I mean? Triple H. Here's the thing with Triple H. He loves to wait for the payoff of something. So, like, from SummerSlam to Bad Blood, is that enough time in Triple H booking to really give Rhea this title again? You know what I mean? Because I'm also looking at it like, I also think we may get some form of a Survivor Series War Games match with, like, whether it's New Judgment Day, Old Judgment Day, or we're either going to get New Bloodline, Old Bloodline. Either way, we're getting one of the two. It depends on which faction they want to use. There's not enough members right now in the Old Judgment Day for that to happen. But you know, you inserted Jey Uso in the mix, all of a sudden. Okay, we got an extra number there. You know what I mean? I don't know who else you'll insert, because Damian Priest didn't make too many, like, friends when he was, you know what I mean, champion. He earned some respect, but he didn't make a lot of friends type shit. So, with that being said, though, I'm going to give it to, since the title's not on the line, I'm going to give it to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. I'm going to give it to the Terror Twins. Solely because I don't think you can have Liv Morgan beat Rhea Ripley twice in a row. One for the title and one without the title. I think if Liv Morgan wins, their feud is done. That's 2-0. There's no rubber match to be had. You know what I mean? Like, there isn't. It's a tag team match, so there still really is no rubber match to be had. But if they want to give them a rubber match, you got to have Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest win. So I'm going to go with the Terror Twins. They're going to win, but there will be involvement from the Judgment Day. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there's involvement from the Judgment Day and someone from the Judgment Day turns on this Judgment Day. Like, how crazy would that be? Because we know Finn Balor and JD McDonough, they're still tag team champions, so they still locked in right now. But what the fuck is Carlito doing? You know what I mean? He's just there. He's over in the Judgment Day, but he's just there. I could see it being a case where you might get a little something there. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows? But I do think Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest is going to win this match. This is a toss-up. Realistically speaking, it's a 50-50 because it's Triple H, and it depends on where Triple H wants to go with this feud. I don't know why they didn't get these niggas a picture, but we got CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Now, to explain a strap match, it's not like, okay, I don't know if any of you have ever seen CM Punk's Ring of Honor like leash match that he had in Ring of Honor against, was it Raven? I want to think, maybe, don't quote me on that. It was with Raven. The fuck? I think it was a Raven. Was it? We're gonna say Raven. Fact check me if you'd like. But in that match, they were basically tied together the entire time, and they wrestled with this chain around them the entire time, this leash basically around them the entire time, so they couldn't really escape each other. That's what this is essentially. But the strap has to hit all 4 turnbuckles. That's some bullshit. I think it's stupid. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be some shit where, like, you know how this is gonna go. I'ma paint the picture right here. This is how it's gonna go. Some way, somehow, Drew McIntyre is going to have CM Punk's bracelet. It's gonna be, it's already touched 3 corners. It's gonna be this kind of situation where Drew McIntyre is gonna have the bracelet. He's gonna look at the bracelet. CM Punk's gonna knock it out of Drew McIntyre's hand. Maybe with like a running knee or like a clothesline or something like that. He's gonna knock it out of Drew McIntyre's hand. Oh wow, the bracelet goes flying into the one turnbuckle that hadn't been touched. CM Punk's gonna go and grab that, and then Drew McIntyre's gonna like push him. Now you know what's gonna happen? CM Punk's gonna go, it's gonna fly out his hands on the opposite direction. So let's say, all right, hold on. Okay, hold on. Stay with me here for a second. I might be cooking something here. So like I said, the strap is gonna touch all 3 parts of the turnbuckle, right? You're gonna have Drew McIntyre with it in his hand. He's gonna be facing CM. It's gonna be on the ground. Drew McIntyre is gonna pick it up. He gonna look at it. He gonna smile. He gonna smirk. Now imagine he's not at this point in time. He's not facing hard cam side, right? So imagine he pick up the title. He's not facing hard cam side. He's facing this side, where the camera is where the camera films. So he's facing the crowd, facing the camera. And when he turns around, CM Punk is gonna hit him with something. It might be a chair. It might be a kendo stick. It might be a knee. It might be a clothesline, whatever. But he's gonna hit him. Boom. Drew McIntyre is going to magically drop the bracelet in this side of the ring. How is this match going to end? CM Punk is going to go to grab the bracelet. CM Punk will then pick up the bracelet. He's going to pick the bracelet up. He's going to get this fucking friendship Taylor Swift bracelet. CM Punk going to pick it up. The minute he turn around, boom, he can get hit with a fucking Claymore. That's what's going to happen. And then CM Punk's going to go flying into the last turnbuckle, and that's how it's going to end. Because that's the only way it can end. Because the way I see it is like, they should just be beating each other's ass. Like they should just be fighting to the death. That's what they should be doing. But if you wanted to make it interesting, that's the way you got to do it. But at the same time, Drew McIntyre beats it. It's that same Rhea Ripley effect where Drew McIntyre beat CM Punk at SummerSlam, and you have CM Punk lose at 2 PLE straight. Because but I mean, that's like one of the only ways I can see this being entertaining. And then Punk is like, all right, look, I'm sick of the bullshit. You know what I mean? You got me because you had Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. I didn't want it. You didn't want it. Let me cut you a promo real quick. Let me cut you a promo. You gonna have CM Punk. He gonna be in the ring. I lost at SummerSlam because of Seth Rollins. I didn't want Seth Rollins. You didn't want Seth Rollins. Crowd can go a little crazy. Oh, wow, CM Punk. He's going to say, then I flew all the way to Germany for this match, for a strap match. And what did you do? You brought out the friendship bracelet because Drew McIntyre, at this point in time, you are so obsessed with me and so obsessed with my family and so obsessed with the fact that only I can win. Some bullshit about him winning in life and Drew McIntyre can barely win in a wrestling ring. Something. Just cut a CM Punk promo. He's going to say, you know what? Bad Blood. One more time. The Second City Saint. Versus, what the fuck is Drew McIntyre's nickname? Oh, no. Oh, the Second City Saint versus the Scottish Warrior, Bad Blood, and Hell in a Cell, and a steel cage match in one of those, where you can really confine the two. This is their way of truly beating the shit out of each other. But I don't want no bullshit with that either. I don't want no Finn Balor versus Edge shit either. If you're going to do a Hell in a Cell or steel cage match. But I want to see these niggas get their ass. Now, I hate, from a visual standpoint, I hate Hell in a Cell and steel cage matches. I really do. But I think that's the only way to pay this off. And I think that's when I think if there's a chance that we see AJ Lee in the WWE again, unless it be at a Royal Rumble return or like a women's tournament like the Mae Young Classic or something like that. This is the time we see an AJ Lee return in Hell in a Cell on some shit like CM Punk, you know what I mean? No, Drew McIntyre's trying to escape type shit. AJ Lee hops the barricade. He has it open. Slams the door in his face. Oh, he gets hit, turns around. Punk picks him up. GTS 1, 2, 3. Now that'd be fire. Now that'd go crazy. So with that being said, just for that reason, Drew McIntyre got to win this match. I'm probably wrong as a bitch on this one, but if you wanted to build something, you got to have CM Punk be the one who chases. Because he's the best in the world. And the best in the world typically does not chase. You got to remember, there's some storylines to be told with that as well. Because why did CM Punk leave the WWE in the first place? Because he was chasing this WrestleMania main event. So there has to be a point where CM Punk is just like, I'm sick of chasing. I am sick of being the one chasing. I've lost my first match. You injured me in the Royal Rumble. I was chasing the main event of WrestleMania. You took it from me. You know? I was chasing to get my first match win in the WWE. You took it from me. You're not taking this one from me. You're not. Now that'd be fire. So with that being said, Drew McIntyre, you are winning. Now that's how you build a match. I ain't gonna hold you. Triple H, hire me. Hire me, nigga. Because I can cook. Wait, what the fuck? Damn, there is only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the 5th. I don't fucking know. I could, you know, and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about this? Like, this is gonna sound crazy. Because I do like women's wrestling. But I could care less about this match. No, I will say, I love me some Jade Cargill. Let's not get it twisted. All right. I love me some Jade Cargill. All right. A storm is coming, and if it's storming, I'm going. You feel me? I love me some Jade Cargill. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I mean, I could honestly care less about this match solely because these tag titles are everywhere. I mean, they're pulling double duty. I mean, they're on NXT, they're on SmackDown, they're on Raw, to the point where literally, like, if they lose the titles, it's like, well, what the fuck were all those feuds for? Like, if they lose the titles to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, who we presume their team's gonna be called the Big Three right now, which is the Big Two, but it's like, if they lose to them, it's like, what the fuck happens to those feuds that they've already been building for the last like couple of months with NXT and Raw and SmackDown, and you know, like, what happens then? It just goes down the drain, and it's like, oh, sorry guys, y'all are back to, you know, wrestling for nothing. Because Bianca Belair is not going back to NXT to put the titles on NXT. They kept Jade Cargill off NXT, so it's like they not taking them back to NXT. So it's like if the Unholy Union loses here, it's like that was just all filler. Like, you was just putting on, because Io Sky and Kairi Sane are great wrestlers. So it's like you just putting them in feuds for nothing. Like, can't do that. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Because here's the thing. I know this match won't be clean. Like, that's the issue. And I'm looking at this now, and I'm like, you got a strap match, gonna end in shenanigans. You got the Judgment Day. Their matches always end in shenanigans. This match, you're gonna end in shenanigans as well, with, like, you know, Blair Davenport getting involved, and then maybe Naomi getting involved, and then maybe one of them turning on each other. So it's like, what, we're gonna have two clean matches and 3 bullshit like haha matches? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I think the Unholy Union has to win this match. I mean, like I said, it would only make sense because it would suck to give all these other teams screen time. Because you got to realize, there is a stacked amount of women's tag teams right now, split between NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. There's a ton. You put them back on them. It's like, if you put it back on Jade and Bianca, it's like, are you gonna have them drop it again right away? You gonna have them go on a meteoric rise and just beat everybody? But then the WWE would be boring, because now you're gonna have like fucking 4 champions who cannot be beaten. You're gonna have Gunther. You're gonna have Jade and Bianca. You're gonna have Braun Breaker. So you're telling me? Oh no, and yeah, and then you got the fucking Bloodline holding the tag titles. So what you're telling me the only titles that could really switch logically in my brain would be the the Raw Tag Team titles, which don't fucking get on TV, and the United States title. I don't think that's going anywhere because LA Knight just won it. So you're gonna put all the fucking titles in wedlock and they can't fucking. So that's the issue with that. But it's the same. But like, it's the same with like the Unholy Union don't lose. But it's like I could see them losing before I see Jade and Bianca losing again. I could see. I could see the Unholy Union losing on a Monday Night Raw. Like that. Like that's how much I believe in the Unholy Union. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be able to see Jade and Bianca losing on a Raw. I can't see them losing. I didn't see them losing against them. I know Triple H said it wasn't because they were in their hometown, but had that match not been in fucking fucking Scotland, I genuinely do not think they would have won. But like it's like I don't know, Unholy Union. To recap, we got Unholy Union, we got Drew McIntyre, we got the Terror Twins, we got Gunther, and we got Cody Rhodes. If I go 5 for 5, y'all know the rule. If I go 5 for 5, go to your local casino, put your life savings on black, and say Sydney sent you, and count your bands up. If I go 5 for 5, just tell them. They ask, so what are you doing here? Sydney sent me, gang. Now go ahead and put that 5 on black for me. And that's just how it's gonna go. And that's Bash in Berlin.